Hey guys, welcome back to the WODdoc Project365, episode 254. Almost forgot there. We're out here at CrossFit Giant. I have my favorite old-time coach there, Stephanie Vaughn. She's going to help us out today with body prep for a 15.3 tech and a little bit of technique, okay? So we have 3 different movements. We're going to do 3 specific mobilities and a little bit of some key points for each one of those to kind of help you guys out. So here we go. First things first, we're going to be talking about shoulder mobility, and we're going to do simple CrossFit mobilities here, okay? So we're going to start out with shoulder dislocations. We're going to end up doing 10 of those, okay? This is where Stephanie's going to take the closest grip that she can that allows her to recycle that bar around to her back and to back to the front, okay? Then we're going to end up doing 10 swims. This is an alternating left over right, right over left. It doesn't matter which one you start with, okay? And then from right there, she's going to switch, okay? Our final one is one that we're going to work on to internal rotation and extension of the arm. So you're going to take it, go right back to it so I could, yeah, there you go. So you take it like a sword, and you're going to end up sheathing it into your back so it comes down and around, right? Ooh, a little bit of sun here. Comes down and around, ends up like that, and all Stephanie's going to do is gather some slack by pulling the bar upwards, and then she pulls it out away from her body, like you can see like that, right? Really works on that internal rotation and extension of the arm, okay? So that's going to be our warm-up for our shoulders, okay? Our technique tips for that when we're talking about going on to the muscle-ups. We have 2, right? So we have 2 separate types of people that are going to be doing this workout here, guys. We have the people that are the multi-reppers, and we have the single-reppers. So for both of those guys, what we want to make sure is when we're doing this, that our rings are at a decent height. You don't want to have to jump up really, really high and then have to do all this stabilization to be able to start this movement, okay? So if you're a single repper, make sure that you have a box that's relatively close so you can get in here and get your false grip and get a nice false grip so you can come up and get up into your muscle up position. Now, if you're a multi-repper, okay, my big thing of concern is that if we're going to be recycling reps, that we push the rings away on the top, okay? I'm not necessarily concerned about how far the box is to you because hopefully you're up there for a little bit longer. But I'm not going to take a false grip on this one, and I'm going to get up and away. But when I get there, I want to make sure that we're pushing the rings away so that way we can go right back into our other reps. So rings get pushed away as we sit back. Moving on to the wall balls, okay? We're gonna switch back over here. And the big thing that we do when we move on to the wall balls, the first thing is going to be, wait, come back from our mobility. First thing that's gonna be is our pole squat. Again, very common CrossFit mobility. All we're gonna end up doing is Steph's gonna grab a pole and get as low as she can, like she's a stripper, right? And then what she's going to do is she's going to lace her fingers around the pole right there. Allow her back to be taut, okay? But her hips are as loose as they can be. She just wiggles back and forth, front and back. She's trying to just get her heels as close to her buttocks as she can. It's going to open up the hips, allow that nice deep position, okay? Once she gets done with that, we need to work on thoracic mobility because that's going to allow us to keep that upright position, right? Thoracic mobility is really easy here. We're going to take this, we're going to take the roller, move up just a little bit, down a little bit. Down just a little bit to the apex of our spine, and we're going to end up doing 30 touches. So our hands are going to come down and touch our knees, and then they're going to try to touch the ceiling above us, or the floor above us. There you go. And over time, we should be able to get there, right? And what's this going to allow us to do? It's going to allow us to use our best posture that we can. And now we're going to come into our goblet squat. This is going to be basically the shoulder or activation of this upright position, this postured position, okay? So what we're going to do here, if you notice, Steph doesn't have any hold on the handles, on the horns of the kettlebell. That's so that she has to squeeze it together with her upper back, keep that nice taut upper back. Go ahead, drop down one for me. And that allows us to then replicate that nice tall upper back that we'd have kind of like in a front squat. And if you look at it, it's just like she'd be receiving the ball down during the wall ball shots, okay? So drop that. You're going to end up doing 10 of those, 3 sets of 10. And just to warm up those legs. and reinforce everything. You don't have to do all those. Let's go over to the wall balls. Okay, so now when we're going to do the wall ball technique here, we just have a couple points that we really want to make, okay? And the biggest thing is posture, posture, posture. It's the thing that's going to degrade, but as our posture degrades, it's going to increase the, one, how much energy it takes for us to do that motion, and two, the length of time at which it does that. So show me a nice, good posture versus a bad posture. Okay, so this is nice, good posture. Elbows up nice and high, balls sitting nice and high on our hands, right? Go ahead down into the squat there. Nice, good posture right there. And now you can see how that spine is kind of aligned perfectly. Now show me this, give me one rep like that. Ball comes up, comes back down. Good spine right there. Now show me like one where you fall over. There you go. And you can see how now she has to fight getting her elbows up and thrusting the ball up to the wall. So if she doesn't have to do that, then if she keeps that upright posture, she'll be able to decrease that amount of effort that she'll need. Now, the other big mistake that we see is getting too far away from the wall, okay? If we're too far away from the wall, okay, what's going to happen is now we have to throw the ball 3 feet to the wall, and it's going to land out in front of us. It's going to hurt our posture as we go ahead and catch it. So you can't necessarily be too close. It'll take a couple steps forward. A good rule of thumb is going to be if you can touch the ball, that's going to be pretty close, right? If you can't touch the wall, you're probably too far away, okay? From right there, and now you can see how much easier that would be. Now, our last thing, double unders. I'm going to switch off just to go through this real quick. All right, we care about two things, ankle mobility and wrist mobility. So we're going to recap just real quick. Our wrist mobilities are quadruped wrist extensions, all right? And that's just right here, and with our fingers coming forward over top of our shoulders. We then do 10 over top, do 10 side to side. We do 10 rocking back, okay? That would be our warm-up for our wrists. Then we're going to do, we just did this with Amy Mandelbaum, all right? We're going to get our calves nice and warmed up with a little wall stretch, okay? And then we're going to activate them with our hopping drill. If you guys haven't seen that, it was like literally like 3 days ago. I must have had a premonition that this was going to happen. So that's going to be our warm-up. Technique-wise, we're going to come back to Steph. Technique-wise, all right, we care about two major things, all right? First, posture, posture, posture. If Steph starts to get into the slump posture, everything goes bad here. She can't breathe any longer, okay? Her elbows will fall behind her and backwards. The rope will end up out in front of her, okay? And she'll start missing reps. So we're going to just cue her by saying shoulders back and down, all right? Make sure she's breathing through her stomach, okay? And she can go ahead and start. Now, the last thing that I just want to mention is active wrists, okay? Show me one with nice, good active wrists, okay? And you can see how she's really, really coming through her wrist. Now, just show me one that where your wrists get really, really stiff. Hopefully this doesn't screw you up for later. See how much more stiff? Good, you can stop right there. See how much more stiff her wrists are there? And that movement now has to come from her shoulders, okay, which is going to be really, really difficult because that's going to burn out your shoulders, and then we're going to need them for the muscle ups and the wall balls as well. So active wrists, okay. Take the pressure off the shoulders. Stay relaxed, but upright there, okay? Last thing would be to stay like a pencil, right? We talked about that a little bit. Yeah. So just one last thing is we still want to keep the same posture that we would. See how her knees stay nice and bent rather than kicking towards your back? Show me like the sassy ones. There you go. That's the ones that we don't want, right? Nice tall posture, but we're not going to think about all those things. That's too many things to think about. We're just going to think about posture, posture, posture. Breathing through our stomach, relaxed but active wrists. Guys, I hope this helps you a little bit. 15.3 body prep and technique. Until tomorrow, we are optimizing function to optimize performance. Thank you so much, Steph.
Thank you, Tim.
See you guys later.
All right.